Next Thursday, Democrat Jackie Rosen fights for re-election against Republican Sam Brown. It could be the race that tips the balance of power in the Senate. And it's a debate you'll see exclusively on News Nation.
There's plenty to talk about, and we'll continue it here at News Nation.
Debate Night in America, next Thursday, 10/9 Central, only on News Nation. News for all America.
Clippers Blazers, Friday at 7:30 on KTLA.
Now at 4, Florida is picking up the pieces after Hurricane Milton tore across the state, leaving a trail of deadly destruction. Good afternoon. You're watching the Thursday edition of the KTLA 5 News at 4. Hi, I'm Courtney Friel.
And I'm John Finilio. Samantha Cortese has the day off.
Milton triggered dozens of tornadoes, millions of power outages, and left communities flooded.
Hundreds of people have been rescued in the wake of the storm, and the damage is still being assessed. KTLA's Corrine Winter live in the newsroom with the latest on the recovery efforts. Corrine.
John and Court, we're seeing conflicting numbers at this hour. Regarding the death toll, the Associated Press is reporting at least 6 people were killed, with NBC News saying about a dozen victims died in this disaster. And these numbers, while they're all preliminary, as officials continue to survey the impacted areas.
A monster storm that pummeled the Sunshine State. Hurricane Milton has left parts of Florida underwater, with debris-filled communities and many residents still in need of being rescued.
Sorry.
From Tampa to Clearwater to communities further south in the battered state, the devastation is widespread. The number of fatalities growing as search and rescue teams find more victims underwater and within the rubble. Millions of people are still without power. President Biden reaffirming that help is on the way.
We're providing the resources needed to rescue, recover, and rebuild. I know recovery and rebuilding projects can take a long and difficult time, but as long after the press and the cameras move on, I promise you have to pick up the pieces still. I want you to know we'll do everything in our power to help you put pieces back together.
The president also said the Coast Guard and Army Corps of Engineers are trying to reopen the port of Tampa to get fuel, food, water, and other supplies into the hardest hit areas. The storm weakened before it made landfall. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said, fortunately, many residents evacuated in time.
My sense is that a lot of the people did leave who were in the evacuation zones. I know we had over 80,000 people staying in shelters. You had massive, heavy traffic on the interstates over the last several days leading up to the storm because I think people were deciding, to just get out of Dodge. We also can say that the storm did not produce the worst case scenario in terms of storm surge.
Milton made landfall near Siesta Key, Florida as a Category 3 storm. That's about 70 miles south of Tampa. It weakened to a Category 1 as it blew through the state and moved offshore. This was a scene in the Tampa area. There's an assisted living center with seniors. Emergency teams used boats to carry some of those stranded to safety. The mayor of Tampa saying this morning, fortunately, the port of Tampa was not heavily damaged. It's a major part of the energy infrastructure there. Milton's force was so strong, it shredded the roof of this stadium that's home to the Tampa Bay Rays baseball team. Some residents have started to return to their homes to survey the damage and begin the cleanup. Many still recovering from Helene just a few weeks ago.
We got our fingers crossed. We're praying to the Lord that He answered our prayers and is going to give us a break. And the surge is what we're really concerned with,
And several airports across the state were also damaged by Milton and remain closed tonight. That's the very latest in the newsroom. I'm Corrine Winter. John and Court, we'll send it back to you now.
Corrine, thank you so much. We want to check in with Kai right now for the very latest on Milton, and it looks like the east coast of Florida is getting hit now.
Well, yeah, not hit. Fortunately, the storm is now off the coastline. It's now in the Atlantic, as you can see here, right there at the point of my finger is the center of what was Hurricane Milton, now post-tropical Milton. However, the wraparound moisture still affecting the east coast of Florida. You can see rainfall, showers from Jacksonville all the way down towards about the Miami area. And we also are looking at the upper northerly quadrants, continuing to provide some light moisture for the areas that are just offshore from the Carolinas. But all in all, Milton has now come to a close. But let's take a look at the line. You could see last night at about 8:30, that was East Coast time. Milton, made landfall in the Siesta Key area near Sarasota and just continued to make its way further and further inland towards Winter Haven. That was a hot spot, and a lot of big tornadic events that took place not only in Winter Haven but up towards Orlando, Disney World. They closed, but David Lazarus told me they're opening up tomorrow once again, so good news there. And then eventually out into the Atlantic as we're seeing right now, and still some pretty strong wind gusts of up to 85 miles per hour. Post-tropical Milton continuing to stay as a depression throughout your Friday and into your Saturday, but again, off land and into the Atlantic. Gale warning still on the east coast of Florida. Small craft advisories for many of the waters, both outer and inner. And even on the west coast, we continue to see small craft advisories. Those are in place as well. But again, good news as we continue to see Milton making its way further and further out to sea. We have a great Southern California forecast for your weekend forecast coming your way in just a few minutes. I will be back shortly to talk to you about that and much more. Court John, back to you.
Thank you, Kai. 2 more victims of the deadly plane crash on Catalina Island have been identified. The LA County Medical Examiner's Office just released their names. One of those killed was 33-year-old Harris Ali of Fullerton. Another body recovered has been identified as 55-year-old Margaret Fenner. The plane was registered to Ali Safai, who was also killed in the crash. The other 2 unidentified victims are believed to be men in their 30s. The plane departed from Santa Monica Municipal Airport and safely landed on Catalina Island Tuesday night, but crashed when it attempted to take off a short time later. Investigators are still looking into the cause of the crash.
Elsewhere at 4 o'clock, a suspect is in cuffs this afternoon after leading the LAPD on a pursuit through South LA. Authorities say the driver stole a pickup truck and then refused to pull over for police. The driver of the allegedly stolen truck managed to escape being boxed in after making a wrong turn.
It was quite a pursuit. That suspect managed to slip away, even driving on the sidewalk and across front lawns to evade police. Carlos Saucedo joins us live in Culver City with the latest on this wild chase. Carlos.
Yeah, well, we're talking about toppled fencing, down decorations, the driver making his way through this sidewalk, pretty much plowing through, leaving a trail of damage and some destruction.
He's got nowhere to go here, so let's see what happens.
Sky 5 was above Culver City Thursday morning when this high-speed pursuit seemed to be coming to an end at a cul-de-sac on Cattaraugus. The driver of a stolen vehicle, trapped, manages to turn around and escape through a sidewalk.
This is a very dangerous situation. He's going to go up under the grass. Unbelievable. By the officers, there might have been shots fired.
The chaotic driver plows through, leaving a trail of destruction.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Can't believe that. And on Ktla Dt that we saw, it's like Cattaraugus.
This couple didn't see the commotion for themselves, but saw the aftermath. Their front yard fence toppled in.
There was a police officer, so I spoke to him and he said, I don't know if you're watching the news, but there was a high-speed chase this morning and it went through your yard.
Their next-door neighbor's Halloween decorations, as deadly as they may seem, no match for the suspect who knocked some over. But it was this SUV parked on a driveway that suffered the most damage as it got T-boned in the rear.
I was just working from home in my back office there, and we heard sirens, but you hear sirens all the time.
Daniel and Natasha were inside their home, but didn't realize what had happened until police knocked on their door.
I was just completely shocked. At first, I thought the worst. I thought their vehicle was totaled, but I'm actually kind of like a little surprised that the damage isn't worse.
The suspect would eventually hit another dead end and surrender to police. The pursuit began just before 11 a.m. at Jefferson and Western in